The jagged granite peaks mirror like lakes carved by glaciers around thousands of years ago. Acres of open grassland decorated with sagebrush, wildflowers, and other flora and fauna makes this place so serene and beautiful in early spring and summer. This is Grand Teton National Park. It is famous for its beautiful hiking trails, breathtaking mountain scenery, water bodies, and wildlife. It attracts millions of visitors each year, and it should be in the bucket list of all mountain enthusiasts. Enter the Grand Teton through Jackson Hole Town in Wyoming. The highlight of this area are these arches, which are made up of shed elk antlers. The town square here is really worth exploring. Roam around this town to get some Wild West vibe. This town offers lots of options for some retail therapy. Lake Jenny in this area is one of the most popular lake in the region. Weather permitting, there are kayaks, canoe and boats for rental. Though during our visit, the area and the river was still cold and these were not allowed. On day 1 of our trip, we covered the Lake Jenny and very famous trails of the area, consisting 3 viewpoints: Hidden Falls, Inspiration Point, and Cascade Canyons. Hike can be started right from the Jenny Loop or take a shuttle boat which can take you directly to the trailhead to cut off few miles from the trail. The view of majestic mountains with cool breeze from this glacier lake was simply mesmerizing. This trail is one of the best trail we did so far. Anyone coming to Grand Teton has to do this hike, as this is the best way to soak in the nature's charm here. In around 1 mile from the trailhead comes the first viewpoint of the trail, which is Hidden Falls. This waterfall is 100 feet tall and this is fueled by the melting snow here. Few steps further from Hidden Falls, the trail starts to become a little bit steep. Hike for another 0.5 miles to reach the Inspiration Point. Once at the Inspiration Point, you can view the entire Jackson Hole Valley and Jenny Lake from above. Continue walking from Inspiration Point to reach the Cascade Canyons, which is 7-mile round trip with the shuttle boat. It is a U-shaped canyon carved by glaciers. The trail provides some of the spectacular views of the Tetons. It's a considerably long trail which goes several miles into the canyons. This trail is not properly marked post Cascade Canyons, and therefore one has to be mindful to be back on time to catch the last shuttle boat which leaves by 7 p.m. We happened to spot a moose and a bunch of bears right from our trail. After returning from the trail, we had to walk some more extra miles just to reach to our parked car. Due to the popularity of this trail, we couldn't find the parking nearby. Lake Taggart is yet another famous trail in this park. We covered this on day 2 of our trip here. This trail is quite flat but yet very beautiful. It's a 3 miles round trip. All these trails here are populated by bears. We saw many hikers carrying bear spray and bells while on the trail. After reaching the point, you get to see the beautiful views of the mountains and its reflection in the serene lake. Due to rain and cloud on that day, we couldn't see the reflections of glaciers on the lake. It is better to come on a clear day to get the best views here. It was really beautiful over there, so we thought to just sit back and relax and watch the locals. Unlike Yellowstone Park, we didn't see much of the food option here, so we carried our own picnic with us and enjoyed it in this beautiful marvel of the nature. After this, we drove through the park to check out some of the other famous overlooks. We also did Lake Jenny Drive, which is a small drive through the Lake Jenny area loop. You can catch the glimpse of the majestic mountains throughout the drive in this area. String Lake is a shallow lake in this region and is a very good option for some splash and swimming in a summer day. Few of the overlooks worth exploring here are Cascade Cathedral Overlook, Glacier Viewpoint Turnout, the Shawbacker Landing Overlook, the Snake River Overlook, Our last stop in the park was Coulter Bay Village. It is situated on the banks of Jackson Lake. This lake is quite big and is one of the highest altitude lake in the US. On our last day of the trip, we again checked back this beautiful town of Jackson Hole. We feel that this is a great place to stay if you plan to visit both the park, which is Grand Teton and Yellowstone.
First one with the 5 plane. This one is easy. George Washington.
In total, Grand Teton Park can be covered in 2 days, provided you just stick with the popular hikes. This trip is really close to our heart and we cannot wait to come back again here.